So the first thing, like I just said, is removing those old information on your account that are hurting you. They're not doing no good. Hello, welcome to another video on the channel. My name is Isaura Abru. If you don't know me, if you're new to the channel, welcome. In this channel we talk a little bit about everything: constructing in the Dominican Republic, moving abroad, side hustle, building credit, budgeting, organizing your finances, frugal living, and a little more. So make sure that if any of these topics interest you, you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss a video. So in today's video, I want to share with you a little bit about how I started building up my credit, and I decided to talk a little bit about this, and it's different than my mentality before, because when you know what you want in terms of finances, and you learn to educate yourself so that you don't get yourself stuck with all this loan, with all these offers and stuff when you really don't need them, it's just for fun. You learn how to manipulate these banks and how to get what you want from them without having to pay so much back. And this is just in certain situations, but I have always have credit. I started building credit since I was 17, 19. My first credit card was with Capital One, and I decided to start building my credit even though I didn't know nothing about it, because back then I was in a situation where I didn't have absolutely nobody here in the United States. Back then I was with the family of Gabriel's dad, and they didn't know about credit either, and the situation was really, it had really a tension that I was not about that, and I never wanted to ask for money to them, because the situation that I was back then, I was young, I was going to school, I didn't have a very stable job, and it was difficult. So I said to myself, if I build credit, I can always go to the credit instead of asking people for money, because I have never asked people to borrow money, because I feel, I don't know, it's just something about me that I don't like that. I prefer to take money from the banks than taking money from people I know or family, because I've heard about a lot of stuff with people and stuff like that. So I learned about credit through people here and there that will give me information, but then YouTube University, of course, have showed me a lot when it comes to credit. So I started learning about credit using YouTube. YouTube is a great platform. You do have to be careful with the information that people are giving, because sometimes it could be misleading, sometimes it's right, and it's like you have to test it out and see what's working and what's not. But from all this year that I have been working not only on learning how to fix my credit, but also learning so that I can help other people like my mom, people in my family. And I was, you know what, now that I know a lot of information, I can also help my followers that are in the other side of the screen, that has always given me so much, aside from supporting me in the channel always. Maybe they're struggling with something, maybe they are in a situation that they wish they knew this kind of information so that they can continue their path in life. So when it comes to credit, the most important thing is knowing what's on your credit report. The credit report is controlled by these reporting agency that are not even, job is not to put whatever they want in our reports. We as a consumer are the ones in charge of our report. It's just that we don't know that, and we let them control whatever is there when we shouldn't. So there's there's three main reports, which is Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. And the best way to know what's on your report, so that you have an idea of what's giving you a negative impact, what's going on, is to maybe go to Experian.com. I'm not sponsoring or nothing like that, but this is what I use, so I'm just putting my information out. I use Experian.com, and I pay for the $24.99 per month subscription, so I can see my 3 credit reports from the 3 borrowers: Equifax, like I say, TransUnion, and Experian. Most of the time the information, it's not accurate, and when the informations are not accurate, this is when you can start disputing, and this is when things get real. But what is the first thing that you should do before even think about disputing, about removing negative items from your account, like collections, loans that are in bad standing, repo, bankruptcy, student loans, any of that kind of stuff that is not in good standing? How do you do that? Well, before you even think about that, the first thing that you should do is remove old information from your account. And why is this a problem? Well, if the accounts that are in the negative standings are connected to any addresses, phone numbers, or whatever information you have on your account that is not supposed to be there, now they have something to verify that account. Now, if you go ahead and revise your credit and remove all those old addresses, telephone numbers, or whatnot, it's going to be easier to remove those addresses, those names, those whatever that are wrongly or that are inaccurate on your account. And how do you know they're inaccurate? Well, your name should appear on the credit report the same way it appears on your ID. So if your name is Maxwell on the background, and of course Maxwell wanted to be on the video, so here we have it. So like I was just saying, how do you know it's inaccurate information? If you're currently not living on any of the addresses listed on your credit report, if that's incorrect, that's an inaccurate information. If your telephone number is not the same, or you have many different numbers listed there, you should remove that information. Your name should be exactly like it appears on your identifications. And all of the other information, like employee information previously that you had worked before, that should not be there. It should only be current information. So that way you can detach anything from accounts that are not in good standing. So this is the first thing to do when it comes to removing all information from your credit report. I am going to attach an example letter that you can send to the credit borrowers so that you can remove or have this information, this old information, removed from your credit report, because it's going to be the first step that you need to do when it comes to fixing your credit. After that, then we keep going with the next, because there's few steps that you need to take in order to fix your credit. When it comes to credit, you need to know your things so that you know how you're going to dispute, how you're going to fight, how you're going to get this credit companies to delete information that's not supposed to be there, etc. But you have to go accordingly. So the first thing, like I just said, is removing those old information on your account that are hurting you. They're not doing no good. So I will leave an example letter here. I'm gonna probably put it right here. Make sure you take a screenshot, and that's the letter that you're going to be sending to the 3 borrowers to update your information. I'm sorry, my hand is hurting because this is where I put my phone most of the time, but I can, because Mr. Maxwell is right here in the video with me. Say hi. Make sure you fix your credits. So yeah, make sure that when you print out the letter, you send the letter to the 3 borrowers. So you should have 3 letters, and in each letter you're going to attach your identifications, 2 identifications. So your social and your current ID. You make 6 copies, because you're going to send to each of the credit borrowers, to TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. So you're going to print 3 letters, copies of your IDs, of both. It could be your passport and your license, or your regular New York State ID, or whatever it is. The description below, I'm going to put the addresses of the borrowers. Yeah, you're gonna put I'm gonna put the information for the borrowers in the description of this video. And yeah, if you have any questions, make sure you comment. Maxwell, Max, What's going on, man?